Hey everybody, it is Natalie from Power Moon Tarot. Welcome to your reading. Today's reading is called Get in Touch with What Makes You Feel Powerful. And we have 3 piles to choose from today. Pile number 1 is the Rebel card, and it says, the rebel challenges authority to effect social change, rejects spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. Okay, so that is the rebel. If you're feeling the rebel card, you'll choose pile number 1. For pile number 2, we have the shapeshifter card, and this card says skill at navigating through different levels of consciousness, ability to see the potential in everything. Okay, so if the shapeshifter energy is making you feel powerful, you'll choose pile number 2. And for pile number 3, we have the warrior. And the warrior light attributes are strength, skill, discipline, toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. Okay, so those are the 3 piles: the rebel, the shapeshifter, and the warrior. So take a deep breath, focus in on the energy and what is calling you forward today, and we will take a look at each pile. Thank you so much for being here today, and let's go ahead and begin the reading. Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. You chose the rebel, and for my little folks out there who like challenging authority, for my little cuties out there, we are going to go ahead. I don't know why I said little cuties, but let's go ahead, and maybe some of you in this pile are tiny little cuties. Let's go ahead and get into it for pile number 2 and see what makes you feel powerful. Let's get in touch with what makes you feel powerful and what brings you back into your power for pile number 1, please. Okay, so let's take a look for the rebel for pile number 1. What brings pile number 1 back into their power and makes them feel powerful? Let's see here. Thank you, Spirit. And there we go. We've got the 3 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords reversed, interesting, okay, the High Priestess, and we have the Strength card. Ooh, I like that Strength card. There we go. And I feel one thing I definitely feel that makes you guys feel powerful is body positivity, and like empowering other women is what I see here too. And growing in skill, growing in discipline, and growing in skill. All right, and not paying attention to like the toxicity on social media with this 10 of Swords reversed here, not allowing other people's opinions to influence you. And also blocking people is another thing that I am seeing here. Like sometimes, standing up for what is right is what I feel with the Strength card here. And like I said, I am getting a major message about body positivity and the importance of having a strong and healthy body, but being proud of yourself and not letting society kind of tell you what you should look like, or what's beautiful, or what's strong, or what represents strong, independent, fierce energy. And that may include, with this reverse 10 of Swords and the High Priestess, that may include like literally blocking some people, not talking to people anymore, putting certain relationships on ice, not continuing to like check your phone, check your text messages over and over and over again to like see if somebody replied. The thing is for the rebel is like to stay very rejecting of social norms and standing up for what is right is what I feel with the rebel energy here. And also like staying focused on and minimizing distractions, particularly in social media, technology, overthinking interactions with people, constantly wondering like, did I say the right thing? Did I say the wrong thing? Like, did I piss someone off? Did I say the right thing? Did I say the wrong thing? It's like, no, fuck it. Like, you know, you didn't say the wrong thing. You're fine. Like, if they can't handle what you're trying to say and do anyway, it's like, who cares? Okay. And, you know, and that could also involve like some creative projects that are very like risque as well. And, you know, I like her in the background because it's like, ooh, a little bit of nude modeling perhaps, but it's like, I don't care. Like I'm in love with my form and who I am and what I look like. And I don't care if it makes anybody else uncomfortable. I don't care. I'm going to do what inspires me creatively. The strength card is associated with Leo energy. And so like the ability to lead, the ability to kind of go your own path and pick your own direction. And also like reject negativity is another thing that I am seeing here from whoever, like online, social media, bad reviews of things. Like it's like, yeah, I'm not listening to that anymore. I am like empowered and I am strong. Okay. And also having, like I said, a strong, beautiful, functional body instead of like everybody else's body image, you know. We have ideation here, like getting to define like what is beautiful, what is art, what is beautiful. We have stop with the 10 of Swords. We stop caring what other people are thinking. You know, when people like post stuff on social media, like a picture of themselves in a bikini or a picture of themselves, you know, like, I don't know, in a different kind of outfit, and people are like, oh, that's like, you know, that's so brave or whatever, and start making comments like that. And it's like, geez, you know, and people being like, you're so brave. And those comments can also be for people, like, they're like, I wasn't trying to be brave. I was at the beach and I was just taking a picture. I'm not trying to be quote unquote so brave. Like, I'm just trying to be myself. Okay. And, you know, stop listening to like the outside noise, what other people are saying. Yeah. And you're not like everyone else. You are different and you see the world in a different way than other people. And some people just have very limited viewpoints. We have the High Priestess and rejection. And this could involve like, you know, like maybe in the past, pile number one, you would kind of like, you could sense when someone was rejecting you, or you could kind of like intuitively pick up on when someone wasn't interested or didn't like you, or you would try to post things or say things or do things so people would like you. And it's like, because you were very sensitive to rejection, but I feel like these days, no, you gather your strength from standing up and being like, no, this is who I am. And if you don't like it, tough shit. Okay. We have consciousness. Yeah. You're far more tuned into, like your power, your discipline, your motivation. The Strength card is very much about what we're motivated to do and what we're motivated to accomplish. And so I can see that with the Strength card and consciousness and becoming conscious of your own inner strength. And it's like, I don't have to be so afraid of rejection. I don't have to be afraid of what other people are saying. And, you know, all bodies are beautiful. And, you know, all bodies are the ideal body type. All bodies are beautiful is something that I am seeing here. Like being strong and healthy is way more important than looking a particular way. And so I think that that is something really strongly coming out in your reading. We have pin, new job and new career. Okay. And I like that for you guys because I feel like some of you, maybe you were applying for jobs online, and you kept getting rejection after rejection. And it's like, I don't know why. Like, I have a good resume or I have good experience. Like, what the hell? Okay. And being extremely sensitive to getting, you know, those "we're sorry to inform you," but type of letters. And maybe you feel like you got rejected from a particular job because you didn't look for the right role, you know, you didn't look right, or you weren't dressed like everyone else, or this type of thing. And, you know, finding an environment where you can really thrive and be yourself is important. I mean, fitting in, all of that, like that is important too. But I also feel like I get it. Like we have to be socially appropriate, but and fit in, quote unquote, fit in. But like at the same time, I feel like it really limits our creativity if we're always worried and nervous and scared about saying and doing the wrong thing, particularly at work. And that could definitely be coming up here with this new job, new career. And, you know, we have temptation will test you. This is the apple, and this is coming out under the 10 of Swords. So, you know, if you're tempted to take the bait, you know, take the bait from an online troll, take the bait from someone who is saying mean, cruel, or rude things to you, or about your appearance, or about the things that you believe in, or it's tempting to take the bait and fire something back. It's tempting to, like, if we get rejected from a particular job, it's tempting to think that there is something wrong with ourselves, you know? And anyway, it says here, if you were able to believe in Santa and the Tooth Fairy, you can definitely believe in yourself. And I love that under the High Priestess. Like, I feel some of you just, you have been rejected a lot. So it feels like shit. And it's like, I don't know why. With the High Priestess, it's kind of a mystery, because I feel like you guys, and this could even be in dating as well. Like, it's like, you know, I don't know why. Like, I have a good career, or I'm well put together, or, you know, this type of stuff. And I don't know why. Like, I feel like I'm constantly getting rejected. Okay. And this whole period of your life has been a big learning experience about finding like your true nobility, your character, to not be imprisoned in someone else's vision of who you are, but to find the true you within yourself, and to become consciously aware of how powerful you are with the Strength card here. Okay. And some of you could be like really good with animals, or like really love your animals. And I feel like just being more naturally yourself and more tuned into, because the Strength card isn't really about, the Strength card is very primal in a lot of ways, and it's not like justice, for instance. Like the Justice card is more, can play the political game, whereas like the Strength card is more about respecting ourselves and feeling empowered internally, and not necessarily like playing some type of political game to get ahead. And so I think the Strength card definitely has that very primal energy. We have Perseverance, okay, and we have the Ant Spirit and Perseverance. And for those of you that have started a new career, and you're worried about what people think about you, or you're worried about fitting in, or you're worried about what a mentor thinks about you, like this type of thing, okay, Spirit is just saying persevere, persevere, persevere. This is a message of patience. Whatever is going on right now, you cannot be so impetuous, you know, basically like going off and it's like, oh, they hate me, I'm just going to go find another job. Or, oh, I'm just going to like disappear, right? With the High Priestess and this rejection and the Ten of Swords. Oh, they don't like me, I'm just going to disappear. This job, I've been there for a couple days, but it seems like they already hate me, I'm going to disappear, right? So trying to get away from that and say, this is a message of patience. Whatever is going on right now, you cannot be so impetuous. By pacing yourself, the end result will be far more rewarding. Yeah, the Strength card. Slow down, don't rush, work carefully. Three of Pentacles, definitely. Perseverance, working with others, working carefully. Okay, slow down, don't rush, work carefully, and learn to accept help from others. Okay, and you know, with the High Priestess and Ten of Swords, we can sometimes feel embarrassed to like ask a question, or we can feel like shy even about asking a question. And Spirit here is just saying, you know, be very empowered to stand up for yourself, be very empowered to, because Leo energy, strength card, not shy at all, okay? And doesn't shy away from like facing things on directly. And maybe shyness is something that you guys have experienced in life, feeling shy at various points, like new job, talking to someone new, dating, like, you know, and I get it. Pile number one, I was very, very shy growing up. I used to be afraid to even go up to the counter at McDonald's and ask for more ketchup if I needed it. Like I was so, so shy. So I totally get it. And yeah, and the strength card is about building confidence to like speak up and speak out. And we have get to the root of the problem. All right. So I'm going to read this card right here. Get to the root of the problem. If someone is unaccountably angry with you, think about why that might be. There may be some maintaining of deceitful appearances. And are they angry about something that has nothing to do with you? Gently try to find out what it is, and they may as well grab the chance. Your reward and theirs will be getting to the root of the problem so it can be sorted out, right? So if someone's weirdly angry with you, or you're like weirdly put off by someone, or someone's really put off by you, get to the root of the problem. If it's someone that matters, right? If it's just some troll online, then forget them, you know? But if it is something that is affecting your self-confidence, your self-esteem, is making you feel like hiding and disappearing and things like that, someone may be maintaining deceitful appearances, and they are angry about something that has nothing to do with you, okay? If you can gently try to find out, you know, the thing is I feel you guys could have tried to figure out what was wrong with a situation or a person. Or if you were rejected, you could have said, well, why, you know, like to an employer, like, well, why, you know, like what's going on? And they may be angry about something that has nothing to do with you, but you got caught up in it, this type of thing. Okay. And, or it could be like in a dating scenario where it's like, you know, they're mad about something that has nothing to do with you. And try to find out what it is if you care about the situation. If not, then let it go, right? And, you know, we want to get to the root of the problem instead of just kind of avoidance, you know, which sometimes can come up with the High Priestess, particularly with the Ten of Swords reversed. It's like we kind of want to avoid something, but there is a need to get to the root of the problem, okay? And we have here reunion and soul ties. Ooh, look at that. They're holding their little pinky fingers together there and walking by the water and watching the sunset together. And to me, this feels like a very calm, peaceful reunion moment. Could be with a friend. But this is somebody who's a lot like you, you know? And this is somebody who it's like, I get you. Like, we don't have to work that hard to understand each other. We get each other, okay? And being conscious of the people around you who actually are like really connected to you and feel kind of the same as you and have had similar experiences as you. And it's like, I get you. I get where you're coming from. And it's that sense of feeling that we have support, you know, from others around us. And sometimes maybe with this Rebel card, it feels like, well, I'm always on my own and no one really supports me or no one really gets me. But I also feel like you guys have come to the point where you realize your strength is from within. It's not even from another person, but it is nice to have that other person who's like, I get you. I see why you're feeling what you're feeling. Okay. And we've got masculine energy here showing up in your reading. Okay. And for some of you, this could be, and this masculine is extremely cut, like extremely, like looks like they work out all the time, looks like they've got like an 8-pack or a 6-pack, or looks like they're pretty into the whole gymming and maintaining like a perfect physique type of a thing. Okay. And, sometimes like with the High Priestess and the Ten of Swords, it could be like, oh, somebody is mad at the other person because they think the other person catfished them, or we're lying about their appearance because we've got that maintaining deceitful appearances. Okay. But there's somebody here, I feel like a masculine, who's extremely focused on having like a perfect physique and like works out all the time. And that's fine. Like that is fine. But that's not for everyone, it's not everybody is that into like their physical body. Okay. And I actually feel like this masculine is attracted to you, pile number 1. I actually feel like they like your energy. They like your vibes. Like you have a lot in common. Some of you could have met a masculine now or in the past that was very into gymming and physicality and all of that, working out all the time and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, I'm not like, it's not super like my deal, but like, yeah, I want to maintain a strong and healthy body, but I'm not like insane about working out. And I feel like this person's like a little ashamed or embarrassed. Maybe they ghosted you or something like that, pile number 1. But I mean, you're really somebody different from who, like, how some people sometimes go for a person that's really different than themselves. Like you've got those guys that are really into gymming and stuff. I'm just saying a guy right now, giving an example, but they're like super into their physique and gymming. And then they go out with a girl who's like that too. But then you also have like the football player going out with like their nerdy girl or the geeky girl, these types of situations. And like there is an attraction I feel here between you and another person. And you may not exactly like be each other's types per se, but at the same time, I have to tell you, pile number 1, this person is attracted. I do feel like they're attracted to you. Okay. And I just have to tell you that. All right. But some people are very weird about maintaining public appearances. Okay. And being with someone who looks different or acts different or it doesn't exactly look like them. There's definitely a theme of this coming out in your reading, okay? And people who are constantly like at the gym, like, perseverance in the ant spirit, right? Like taking creatine, constantly lifting weights, there's something good about not giving up and having goals and taking care of yourself. I think, we could all, an apple a day keeps the doctor away, right? Pile number 1. But at the same time, if a lot of people like that are actually having like really bad body image issues and they're not that confident in themselves, and I feel like this masculine definitely has that, and they are attracted to your natural confidence and your rebellious spirit, I feel, pile number 1. And we have self-love here, and this is coming out right next to this masculine. And it's not being selfish. Put your needs first. Self-love. Okay. And maybe some of you were helping a person have more love for themselves or develop more self-love, or you were working on your own self-love. But I feel like this person, and it doesn't have to be a masculine, but this person likes you a lot because they feel like you have helped them with their confidence and loving themselves, and you've helped them kind of see through the bullshit. High Priestess, Ten of Swords, okay? And you've showed them like different types of people are beautiful, confidence is beautiful, strength card. And you really help this person to like ease up on the perfectionism, and they're super attracted to your laid backness when it comes to that, like how laid back and real you are. Okay. And, but at the same time, there might have been some rejection or ghosting or stopping of the connection or this type of stuff because of these issues. And if that's the truth, if that's the case, pile number one, just remember that, like, you know, you're actually, your self-love and your ability to be confident in yourself is really, really growing, and it's becoming really, really powerful. And you may feel like you're attracting people who look really good but don't have a lot of self-love, and it's kind of like you're becoming kind of like a mentor to these people in a way. It's kind of interesting, pile number one, okay? But at the same time, I think more than anything with this reunion and soul ties, you just want to be with somebody who's kind of already at your level and already like gets it, you know? And that's fine. You know, we don't need to be out here doing charity work in these streets, if you know what I'm saying, pile number one. But anyway, we have a time for healing in the balsamic moon. And that is about finding peace and quiet within oneself. And that is a time where we don't like take on a whole bunch of extra activity. When the moon is in a balsamic phase, we're not like taking on an insane amount of new activity, physical, emotional, etc. Like we're just taking time for ourselves, and becoming conscious of like what we need and what we stand for, like, and what we believe in. It's not really a time necessarily for, it's a good time for like self-love, spa, pedicure, baths, poetry, crying in your pillow, you know, the balsamic moon phase. Okay, quiet within. Yeah, and so it's like, in order to be myself, I don't have to be the loudest person in the room. That's the strength card, right? In order to just resonate with my own energy, I don't need to be the loudest, craziest, wildest person in the room. I just need to be myself, okay? So pile number one, that is what I am getting for you, my loves. I hope that that reading resonated for you, my friends, and I wish you the very best. I would love to hear your thoughts, your comments, and your feedback. Let's move on to pile number two. Okay. Pile number two, welcome to your reading. You chose the shapeshifter, and today's reading is called Get in Touch with What Makes You Feel Powerful. So we are going to go ahead and get into your reading, my loves, and I'm excited to do this reading for you. And the shapeshifter, as I said before, has skills in navigating through different levels of consciousness and has the ability to see potential in anything. Okay, so my shapeshifters in pile number two, let's get them in touch with what makes them feel powerful. Let's get in pile number two in touch with what makes them feel powerful. Silence, peace, serenity, beauty. Oh yeah, the Queen of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Yep, just as I was saying all that stuff. And the Queen of Cups is the ultimate shapeshifter. She represents water, the watery part of water in the tarot. So she is the water queen, okay? And yeah, she is definitely artistic, intuitive, tuned in with her emotions, a visionary, clairvoyant, clairsentient, for sure. Okay, and also very like artistic and poetic and creative is another thing that I would say here too for you guys. We have the Five of Pentacles. It's the oh shit, what am I gonna do card. We've got the High Priestess. Okay, that's High Priestess came up in pile number one as well. So we have the Page of Pentacles. Okay, finding out what works, intuitively having a sense for how to solve a problem or for how to make something work. Okay, And Five of Pentacles can feel like we have the weight of the world on our shoulders. Some of you may be dealing with neck, shoulder, head pain, old trauma coming up, okay? And it feels like, damn, the weight of the damn world is on my shoulders right now, okay? But the High Priestess has the ability to tune into her intuition, or to tune into their intuition and find real lasting solutions. Page of Pentacles, okay? And especially when it comes to money, structure, and stability, like understanding intuitively what needs to happen there. And I also feel for some of you, for those of you that are parents, I want to just take a pause moment for those of you that have, and even if you're dog parents or cat parents, for those of you that are parents and you feel the heavy weight of responsibility financially, emotionally, okay? And sometimes, like, and especially for my single parents out there who are doing this on their own, kudos to you, my friends. Not only are you resourceful and intuitive and able to kind of provide everything that you need to provide. I'm not saying it doesn't get stressful. It definitely gets stressful with the Five of Pentacles. But I also just want to say that you're very good at handling situations that come your way like a pro. And some of you have been handling situations since you were a kid. Okay, and some of you could have had a parent that was very absent and you had to take care of yourselves, okay? Or you had to learn to have a responsibility from a very young age because there wasn't a lot of support there for you, okay? And I am seeing that energy here. And some of you here too who are parents, I think you have a really deep intuitive understanding of what's going on with your children, like physically, psychologically, etc. Okay. And if you're not a parent and you want to be a parent someday, yes, it is stressful. Yes, it is financially draining at times. I don't have kids, but from what I've heard, I mean, I'm a dog mom myself, but it can be very, very, very tough, but I feel like shapeshifters can be kind of be like chameleons in situations, and they can kind of like take on whatever form is necessary. They're very flexible. Shapeshifters are very flexible and mutable in the sense that you can get yourself out of any situation that you feel stuck in. You can sort of MacGyver the shit out of that situation. And I'm sorry for those of you that don't get the MacGyver reference, but you can MacGyver yourself and get yourself out of difficult situations by relying on your intuition, your hard work, and like your creative solutions to problems that seem very overwhelming. And for some of you, even at work, like dealing with situations that are very, like tough or demanding, or there's not enough people and you have double the responsibility. Like, I feel you guys are very inventive as well. Pile number 2, like you can see things that other people don't. I feel like with the High Priestess, like you can see through situations and see how to find an answer to a problem much faster than other people can. And that's why it may feel like problems are always continually falling in your lap all the time. And it's always like up to you to kind of solve things because you're good at it. Okay. And I also feel you guys are very compassionate with others when they're in pain or they're suffering. Some of you here with the Queen of Cups, you may be healers, medical professionals. Just want to give a shout out to all of my medical healer professionals out there. Wow, what incredible work you do. I know it's stressful. I know it's hard. But wow, like what a shining example of how to intuitively like see what someone needs in a situation and provide the resources necessary We have Temperance here. Wow. And Temperance in the tarot, it represents Sagittarius. Okay, so we could have some Sagittarians. And Sagittarius is a mutable sign in the zodiac, and they are fire, associated with fire, but they are like dancing in the fire. They are like shapeshifters dancing in the fire. And I love this Temperance card because it feels so delicious in your hands to like see the way that things change and things progress and how many new things that you can learn. Temperance is also a card of like philosophy, studying. It's also a card of, you know, mentorship and teaching and learning and students and being an amazing teacher or being an amazing student and like absorbing a lot of information. And I feel like when you guys learn things, you really, really put them into good use and you become way, way powerful with that. And the thing is that you're not just good at one thing, you're good at a number of things and you can switch back and forth between things. And like you really, Temperance, especially in the context of healers and like spiritual devotees, trainers, healers, like yeah, for sure, pile number 2. And to see somebody actually shift from being in incredible pain and stress and suffering into a place of healing, especially when they're under your care or in your hands. Wow, what a powerful feeling. What a powerful feeling to help people and empower people in that way. That is seriously amazing. Pile number 2. Okay, and we've got peace here with the 5 of Pentacles. Everything's going to be okay. For those of you that have been so worried about job, money, you know, where are we going to live? Where are we going to go? You know, just everything. Spirit is saying it's going to be a-okay, my friends. They want to bring you peace. And here's the thing. I feel like when other people are struggling, they see no way out. All they see is limitations. All they see is problems. You give people so much peace in those moments. Like you have a way of helping people. And I feel your guys' prayers, meditations, or blessings over people are actually incredibly powerful. Incredibly powerful. And yeah, and when people are suffering and struggling, you bring them such a sense of peace. It's like you can hear the relief, like, oh, thank you. Oh, they're like, I screwed up, I did something horrible. And you're like, it's okay, we can fix it. We're gonna work it out. And they're like, oh my God. Huge feeling of peace. We have balance here, right? So being such a giving, nurturing soul that you are, Queen of Cups, we have to make sure, you know, we're balancing and we're taking care of ourselves. We have flow. Oh my God, balance and flow. When you're like in the flow of doing something and people really have a way of responding to you, and you actually, for those of you that counsel or do any type of, and I'm even talking about other tarot readers here, I'm talking about astrologers here, I'm talking about anybody who does, and again, you know, I'm a tarot reader myself, I'm an astrologer, I'm not a trained counselor, but you know, when you're with people in those spaces of pain and disappointment, like the 5 of Pentacles, you can really bring people a sense of peace and balance and make them feel like, hey, it's not that bad. What we're going to do, Page of Pentacles, we're going to take it one step at a time. Okay, just one step at a time. We're going to take things easy. We're going to flow. We're going to, for those of you that teach in any way, wow, you really, you really make people feel more powerful, like they have more information, like they can do it, like I can do it, and that type, like very inspiring, very inspirational energy we have here in pile number 2. And also when you're in the flow with another person helping them, oh my gosh, wow, it's so satisfying. We have Temperance and we have Ghost underneath here, okay? And let's look a little bit, and maybe some of you have felt like your usual inspiration or your usual excitement or your usual flow hasn't been there as much lately. And it could be because you've been very worried, you've been very nervous about something. And once peace returns, you'll be right back into emotional balance and right back into your flow, like your daily activities and your flow. But it could feel like maybe, and shape shifting can be that way because it's like, okay, it's very up and down, right? With shape shifting energy, and some days are good days and some days are bad days, and some days it feels like you're the only person showing up. You know, it's like you hold a class or a training and no one shows up and you put all this work into it. Okay, that can make people feel very, or you could feel like you were in the middle of trying to teach something and it's like, oh, I kept fucking up. I kept forgetting what I was supposed to say and what I was supposed to do. I felt really out of my flow. I felt like people weren't connecting with me. And some of that could be because of, you know, tension and worry and worrying about people in your life, worrying about finances, worrying about your loved ones, you know. And I do feel like peace is going to come there. And I feel like you guys are much more like emotionally balanced with this High Priestess balance card when you know the people in your life that depend on you, when you know they're okay. And maybe when you feel like something's off or not right, it really does affect you energetically. And that's because you're sensitive, you know, that's because you're sensitive. And you could feel like, man, you know, the flow just wasn't there. The last time I was doing something and I worked so hard at it, and it's so disappointing when it's not there. Okay, and some of you could feel like, man, I've lost inspiration for some of the things that I love. Okay, and the reason why that may be is because you've needed to work on balancing your emotions, taking care of yourself. You wanted to make sure, like, you know, pets, children, anybody that depends on you, that they are okay. All right, that everything's okay, they have what they need, and you've needed some peace about some things that have really been hanging heavy on you. So cut yourself some slack here, pile number 2, okay? We have whale, great worry over nothing. Oh my God, it was a whale of a time. Pile number 2, there was great worry over nothing. Yeah, we have the 5 of Pentacles here. Oh shit, I'm so worried. This is so disappointing. I'm so scared. What's gonna happen? Right? Let's take a deep breath, pile number 2, and release it. Great worry over nothing, okay? It's gonna be okay. We've got frying pan. Yeah, really feeling like something is boiling over here, okay? And that's got you nervous or threw you out of balance, all right? And that could be what is like something really coming under fire or something really like burning up, you know? And even physically, like somebody could be burning up or having a fever or not doing well, or you could feel like, man, I've just been hot all the time lately. I've been burning up. Like, what's going on? Health issues, 5 of Pentacles. A lot of it could be the need to bring your emotions into balance and to stick with your daily routines with the Page of Pentacles. What you're eating, what you're drinking, what you're doing. Having a daily routine is really important right now for you guys. We have, you are not one thing. You are a million amazing things. Wow. Pile number 2. How unique is that for your pile with the shapeshifter? You are not one thing. You are a million amazing things. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. I love that. And that's when you truly are in the flow, like that's how you feel. There's where your power is. Flow, balance, peace, inspiration, teaching, training, healing. You are in your flow. And you aren't just good at only one skill. You have many different skills, and that's reflected in temperance, because temperance and skill, Page of Pentacles, learning, studying, growing in skill. Yeah, you're not just good at one thing. You're a shapeshifter. You're good at many different things. And wow, that's so cool. We have spider and manifestation. You weave your web in life, right? What you see before you are the results of your thoughts, okay? If your current reality does not suit you, then it is time to make changes through conscious manifestation. Your energy can bring in all you desire. Yeah, and you have a very powerful but sensitive energy, and maybe you just haven't been feeling inspired, okay? And you're needing to, I really feel with this balance and temperance, you're needing to do multiple things right now, and find a way to balance that to keep yourself happy. Because I feel like if you guys just do one thing, you're not going to be that happy. Like for me, if I was to just do tarot and no astrology, I wouldn't be happy. Or if I was just to do astrology and no tarot, I wouldn't be happy. I need to find a way to make both work. So I'm just giving you an example with that, because there could have been some hobbies or interests or things that you kind of like gave up on or ghosted. And it's like, I haven't really been as happy. Like I really do. I do like to do a million different things. I do like to be involved in different things. Okay, we have be decisive and be quick. Oh boy, all right. And maybe that's something that is a little bit hard sometimes for you guys to do, because you like to have your hands in different things. But it says be decisive and be quick. Life is short. Although it's only when you reach a certain age that you realize this. Yeah, definitely. And the Five of Pentacles it's a Capricorn card. So it's like, actually the Five of Pentacles is Mercury and Taurus. But whenever I see it, I think of like aging and Saturn for some reason. But anyway, the fact is you cannot afford to wait too long to tackle your problems, as they will only get worse. Face them now, decide what to do, and act quickly. You may find things are not as difficult as you thought. And sometimes we're like really in our worries, we're really in our head, we're really like, oh my gosh, we're feeling the pressure, like I've got to do something and I got to do something, I got to do it now, okay? But the quicker that you attack a problem that you've been having, the better, like you find out it's not as difficult as you thought it was. Now, I'll give you guys an example, pile number 2, okay? I'm an old head over here. I'm 44, and obviously I need to be getting, this is maybe TMI, but obviously I need to be getting regular mammograms, just like all women in their 40s need to. And I put it off because I was so scared and I was so worried and I didn't want to do it and I was freaking out and everyone said how awful it was. And then I just finally went and did it. And literally it took like 5 minutes and it wasn't even that bad. And I was like, oh my God, like, why didn't I just get this over with sooner? Like, be decisive and be quick, right? And that was a huge lesson of like, just get it over with, right? Just get in and get it over with. So anyway, anyone over 40, women over 40, get your mammograms, my loves, okay? But anyway, that's all I'm going to say on that matter. So we have truth and expression here, and we have self-care energy. Yeah, and your ability to be like a really clear communicator and be a really good teacher and be very clear-minded and make good decisions about what you're doing has a direct relationship with self-care and what you're doing to take care of yourself, okay? And because you do give a lot, and because you are, some of you here may speak multiple languages, some of you here may study multiple things, some of you here may teach things, train things, some of you here may be in school, like you're learning a lot, plus you're working, okay? I'm just getting that kind of energy of doing a lot of different things, okay? But your ability to kind of like slow down and take it easy and express yourself and your truth really clearly is related to your self-care. Are you taking time for yourself? Are you relaxing? Are you chilling? Are you getting a massage? Are you, and I also feel some of you here, for those of you that help other people with their self-care, like I said, medical, anything having to do with performing services on people's physical body, anything really. Some of the things that you say to people and like your advice and what you share with people may have a lasting impact on them in a very positive way, okay? And your ability to kind of channel your thoughts about what someone needs in order to feel better emotionally, physically, mentally, whatever it is also dependent on like how relaxed and balanced you are in the moment, which I know is very hard as a person myself who does energy work. That can be a really hard balance to maintain. But I also feel like you guys have the ability to speak truth to people in a way that they've never heard before, in a moment when they're very open to receiving it. And it's like, whoa, all of a sudden they get it and they understand. And maybe it's that way for you too. Like you're relaxed, you're taking care of yourself, you're being good to yourself, and all of a sudden you're getting all these insights coming in, intuitive insights, thoughts, emotions, feelings, patterns, how to solve a problem. Like everything just starts kind of like coming in for you. We have intentions. Tell the universe what you would like to focus on and write it all out and speak it out. This is actually very powerful, and especially for shapeshifters who are working with energy in the tangible world all the time and are molding the world in this way. This is actually a very powerful thing. I've told this story before, but I'll stop with my stories right after this, pile number 2. But in 2019, I wrote something in a notebook, and I didn't even have a YouTube channel at that point in 2019. And I was like, I want to be a well-known tarot reader. And, I don't know, I'm not that well-known, whatever, I'm on YouTube, but I have a small channel. But I mean, it was like, I want to be not just a well-known tarot reader, but I want people to know my work and believe in my work and like my work and respect my work and come to me when they need help, right? Like basically that's what I was saying. And lo and behold, in 2020, I had started a YouTube channel and everything kind of started popping off with that. So just, like writing things down and intentionalizing them. Actually, I've had an experience with that in my life and it actually worked. So, because I'm one of those people, pile number 2, and maybe you are too. Like, don't just give me empty platitudes of what I should do. Show me what works, okay? And that's the High Priestess in the Page of Pentacles. Like, don't just give me BS. Don't just give me crap to make me feel better. Like, tell me what actually works, okay? And and then be decisive and be quick, because the quicker you be decisive and trust your decision making, the quicker you can get out of that frying pan, and it really frees you up to see the truth, and you start to relax and take really good care of yourself, and all of a sudden the energy is flowing for you again, and you've got that back. You've got your mojo back, okay? And for you guys got the full moon in Virgo. And actually the moon was in Virgo yesterday, so this is a good card to come up, and it was in Virgo opposing Saturn yesterday. Difficult day yesterday. But this is the full moon in Virgo, and of course Virgo is associated with healing and medicine and care and service and finding out what's wrong with people when it comes to their body and stuff. A lot of amazing Virgo practitioners out there, and Virgo is also a mutable sign along with Sagittarius, 2 signs that strongly came up in this reading, okay? But the message on the card is you are good enough, okay? You are good enough. And not only are you good enough, but you're actually great, grand, and wonderful, okay? You're not just baseline good enough, pile number 2, you're also really, really talented, okay? And, I get what the card is saying, like you are good enough. You know, you don't need to, the Five of Pentacles can be where we're really doubting ourselves. And once we start doing something, we realize, oh, hey, I'm actually good. I'm actually okay. Like, why did I have so many doubts about me being able to do this? Okay. And sometimes our doubts can hold us back from being decisive and quick, and then cause us more worry. And then we feel like we're in the frying pan of life when we could have just as easily tackled it head on, brought ourselves into balance, and just, you know, done the work and gotten out of it. So anyway, pile number 2, that is what I am getting for you, my friends. And Spirit just wanting to leave you with that message that you are good enough, and you are actually more than good enough. You're grand, okay? So pile number 2, that is what I am getting for you, my loves. And I am manifesting $1,000 to come into your bank account. Okay, pile number 2, $1,000, $1,000 for pile number 2. I'll leave you guys with that for pile number 2. Thank you so much, my loves. I wish you all the very best. Let's move on to pile number 3. Okay. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose the Warrior, and today's reading is about getting in touch with what makes you feel powerful. And the Warrior is associated with strength, skill, discipline, toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, self-sacrifice, and the conquering of the ego. Now, the interesting thing is everyone, I feel like, wants the, you know, like title of a hero, but not everyone can be disciplined and tough and sacrifice when things are necessary. And that is what builds the warrior, okay? And those of you coming to pile number 3, I know you guys are all about that strength, skill, discipline, toughness of will, toughness of spirit, okay? Because warrior is a big label to carry with a person, right? And we don't get there in one day. It's something that takes something that is learned and practiced time after time after time. I'm always reminded of Uma Thurman in the movie Kill Bill, when she's like training to become like an extremely lethal assassin, and how she's like sleeping on the floor and she's trying to punch through concrete and her hand is all beat up, and her teacher is like, you know, you're a dog, sleep on the floor, like, you know, this type of stuff. Like her hands are so beat up she can barely eat. She has to eat with her hands. And anyway, to me, like that movie, she really personifies the warrior, you know, and the skill that it takes to become a warrior, and how it doesn't just happen on our own, right? It also happens because we have the teachers, the people that show us the way, that kind of stuff. So the responsibilities of the warrior are definitely many, pile number 3, but the payoff is like so wonderful when you're like, wow, I did that. Like feeling really proud of yourself. Like, wow, look at everything I learned. Look at everything I did. Like, I am proud of myself, okay? So pile number 3, let's go ahead and see. Let's get in touch with what makes you feel the most powerful for my pile number 3s. There, ooh, the Knight of Swords. Ooh, look at that. I'm going to leave that right there because, boy, that is power, okay? Makes me think of like the samurais and, you know, how much training it takes to even to like go into battle on horseback carrying a sword. Wow. You know, like it doesn't happen overnight. And when you're in a warrior mindset, you have to have the focus and the like ability to, like, your senses have to be really keen, and you kind of need to be able to pick up on everything. Okay. So let's go ahead and see Let's get in touch with the thing that makes you feel most powerful. Let's bring pile number 3 back into their power, okay? Pile number 3, and we've got the Fool. Ooh, I like that. And you know what? Everyone is a beginner at some point, and the willingness, the braveness, and the courage that it takes to be a beginner at something and master it with such a level of skill is really inspiring. Let's see. We've got the 4 of Cups. Okay. We've got the King of Wands. Ooh, okay. And we've got the Ace of Cups. And we've got the King of Pentacles. Wow. Okay. Pile number 3. And there is something here about people trying to force you to like the things that they like or do what it is that they want to do, or trying to motivate you or force you into doing stuff you don't like doing. Now, this is where, like, the 4 of Cups is definitely, my heart isn't in it, you know? It's fine, it's okay, but my heart isn't in it, okay? And like, just to go back to my earlier example with Uma Thurman in Kill Bill, when she's training and she's putting herself through that because she wants revenge for her unborn child. So, I mean, she clearly has she doesn't need to motivate herself to get off her ass and do anything. She's already has that motivation, okay? And, you know, I kind of feel like some of you here, like I feel like there is a person, perhaps when you were growing up, a boss, somebody like that, who's always on your case, or who is always, or even a significant other, all right? Like somebody who is constantly trying to get you, like trying to get in your pants, or trying to seduce you, or or a boss who's trying to get a reaction from you or motivate you, or like you need to do more, or a parent who is that way, get off your lazy ass, or whatever, like that, or a father who is like that, or somebody who is constantly always trying to light a fire under you. And it's like, I'm not interested, okay? I'm not interested, and my heart isn't in it, okay? And, you know, the Ace of Cups is really, and I feel like a person kind of telling you like, oh, well, I'm doing this because I care about you, or I'm doing this because I care for you. And it's like, I feel like you guys got to a point where you're like, I don't care anymore. It's too late, okay? And it's too late is what I feel like you guys are saying to this situation, okay? And they always come back with feelings, or they always come back trying to holler, or trying to talk, or trying to start a new beginning, or trying to whatever, okay? And perhaps some of you chose the Warrior because you're like, I need to be a lot more disciplined in these situations, Natalie, and not take these people back, and not, you know, fall prey to whatever it is that they're saying, okay? And sometimes we have to kind of train our minds to be more disciplined when dealing with certain people, okay? And let's go ahead and see, because honestly, I feel like some of you could have been around, for my people here, that I feel some of you have been around some real assholes who, especially men, I just have to say, pile number 3, who are very, like, assume things all the time, who are very, like, pushy, who, like, assume if they do XYZ 1, 2, 3, it'll be, like, easy to get in your pants, or just men who I feel like have been very disrespectful. And, you know, for some of you here with this Knight of Swords, I feel like telling this person, you know, telling them, hey, I don't like being really brutally honest and not being afraid to start over if you need to. It's like, I don't, you know what? Dirt off the shoulder, okay? As Jay-Z would say, get that dirt off your shoulder. Dirt off your shoulder. Pile number 3, all right? And I feel like you guys are the Knight of Swords in this reading, and you're telling this King of Pentacles, it's too late. You come back, you want to, whatever, you're presenting like you've changed and you're better and you want to start something new with me. Ace of Cups, it's too late. I don't give a shit anymore. I'm out for blood. Fuck you, okay? And I also feel like, you know, it isn't the first time that this has happened with this person trying to come back and say, I've changed. I'm a better person. I'm, you know, I'm not as arrogant. I'm not as cruel. I'm not as prideful. And you're like, you know what? I wasn't interested in that player energy before, and I'm not interested in it now. And, you know, and I feel like some of you here are really calling out a particular person in your life. Now, this could be, you know, a romantic partner, a parent, okay, but or both. Like, I feel you guys kind of calling someone out and saying, I'm not interested in your money. I don't give a shit about your money, okay? Knight of Swords, King of Pentacles. I don't give a shit about your money. I'm not interested in what you have. I don't care that you're, you know, bawling and that you're a boss or whatever, or that you're so proud of yourself because you have all this money or whatever. I don't care. I'm looking for real love, Ace of Cups. I'm not looking for a fake ass. I'm not looking at somebody who's trying to win me over because they're like, oh, I've changed. I'm better now. You know, I'm the version of what you want. It's like, no, you aren't. You're a liar. Okay. And honestly, with this Fool card, I feel like some of your guys' like power is in being unpredictable, you know, and being like, and saying exactly what's on your mind and being extremely straightforward and brutally honest about what you are seeing in front of you. Like, you come back, you apologize, you want something with me. Oh, but guess what? It's not going to be that easier. Okay? It's not going to be that easy. You want to talk to me? You want to be with me? I'm not falling for that bullshit, Knight of Swords. I know what's going on and I see through it, and I'm not letting my guard down is what I'm kind of getting from you guys, okay? And honestly, I feel like maybe in the past, this person chipped away at your self-esteem, or they would just bother you so much that you're like, okay, fine. Or they would just come in and pour on the sexuality, the magnetism, the charm, you know, charm offensive, just really full of themselves and cocky. And it's like, what do you want? I feel like some of you are like saying to this person, it's like, what do you even want? Why are you even here? And they're like, oh, I'm trying to make love, or I'm trying to whatever. And it's like, what do you even, why are you even here? And you know what? Even if you actually did love this person and you did at one point care for them, Ace of Cups, it's like, I feel like you guys really don't want to give them the satisfaction of like showing that you have feelings, or showing that you still have feelings within yourself. You're like, I'm not going to give you that satisfaction. What do you want? Is what I feel like you guys are saying to this person. And they're like, baby, I've changed, or I'm better now, or I've got all this, I'm successful, I got 10 cars and 5 houses. Like, you know, everyone else wants to be with me. All these other people like me. And you guys are like, I don't care who likes you. I don't care who wants to be with you. I don't care. Like, so what? I don't care. And honestly, wow. I like the energy, pile number 3. I like the sassiness, okay? And I think one of the things that you guys do to get in touch with your power is, it's like, you know what? One day I stopped carrying the Fool card on the bottom of the deck. Like, I used to be all into this person. I used to like care what they thought about me. I used to like really hope that they would come back. Ace of Cups. I don't, honestly, like, it's a new day. The sun's up in the sky. It's a brand new day. And I'm out here in the world living. And you know what? Like, I don't really care what you say to me anymore. I don't buy any of it. I don't believe you, and I'm calling you out on every single line of your bullshit. Knight of Swords, okay? So, wow. Pile number 3. We've got protection, 4 of Cups. Yeah, really protecting yourself. Like, you know what? I'm closed off. I've got a wall up. I'm protecting myself. Don't come at me with that. And we have this King of Wands really laying on the passion. Okay, someone really trying to sexually excite you, really trying to, seduce you and lay it on thick. And it's like, I'm not interested, okay? And maybe you guys are really good at making really cocky, over the top people, like, put them in their place. You know what I mean? Pile number 3. I feel like some of you are like, yeah, I'm putting that person in their place because I know what they want. Okay. And I don't want it. Like, stay away from me. Okay. We have Strength card, Ace of Cups. And actually what's interesting to me is that as much as you guys, as I feel like as you've rejected some of these people, you've told them off, you've given them a piece of your mind, you've been unpredictable, you've been like, well, it's a new day, fuck you, this type of thing, pile number 3. I also feel like this strength that is what makes you powerful is your heart, okay? Ace of Cups. And you actually are a loving person. You are very passionate. Your strength and your passion are really powerful. You guys are extremely powerful, passionate, sexual people, but you're like, I'm not having it, okay? And maybe there is a part of you that has felt kind of like you want that open-hearted, passionate, sexual, kind of devour you whole type of energy, and that does make you feel very powerful. But at the same time, I feel like you've had to kind of take some measures and have some discipline and be brutally honest, because people have seen, I feel like they can sense that you have a really big heart and that you've got a really strong heart, a strong and powerful heart, but they want something, or they want to take advantage. And actually, I feel like some of you here could have been very attracted to the warrior like archetype, where it's like, I'm dominating, I'm confident, I'm a warrior, I'm sexy, all this type of stuff in a partner. But some of you guys could be very sexually attracted to that, but emotionally, it's like, no, I've got a wall up, and emotionally, I can't let myself go there. Okay, I want to go there, maybe not with this person anymore, but I want to be able to have a strong heart and be passionate and creative and get my juices flowing again and get everything in my life, open my heart and be excited and passionate about someone again. But these people are out here lying. These people are, acting like they have something to give and they don't, And so I kind of feel like your power has become this very like unpredictable, maybe throw them in the trash can, I'm done. And granted, some of these people do deserve to go in the trash can. Don't get me wrong, pile number 3, okay? But I also feel within you is a very strong, beautiful, caring heart. And it's something you've been protecting because maybe you haven't been trusting people. And so this King of Pentacles, abundance, okay? This person saying, oh, I've got all this money, I'm good, like I can take you out, I can give you what you want, I can give you what you need. And it's like, I don't need anything, okay? And, people trying to kind of like flex how much money they have. And this could even be family members as well. like flexing how good they're doing, how much money they have, how they're so abundant, and how you just need to have a better attitude and you'll be more abundant. And it's like, yeah, fuck you, with this Knight of Swords. It's like, and the thing is that at the end of the day, I feel like it's your guys' like pure, strong heart. And, keep in mind, the warrior has a pure, strong heart. That's where warrior energy comes from. Pile number 3. It comes from having a pure, strong, shining heart. Okay? Noble heart. That is warrior energy. But you've got these people playing in your face like, oh, I give you everything, or you just need a better attitude, or trying to get in your pants or whatever. And, I feel like a lot of you just haven't met your match, really. And, maybe you've met a lot of people who are sexy or have money or act like they have things they can give you, but it's like, I don't want that, because I've got the true heart of a warrior, okay? And that's what a lot of people I feel like are after, not only like sexually after you, but also after you because they see what a true strong heart that you have, and I feel like people become attracted to that. We have pig, beware of greed. Yeah, greedy motherfuckers, absolutely, okay? And protecting yourself from greedy ass people who are always pushing their agenda and are always trying to overpower or overthrow you. And I feel like you guys truly are, and there's been many times I feel like when you wanted to say something to this person because you know what they're trying to do. You know that they're a greedy pig, but there's been many times you've just had to be quiet and be still and kind of keep everything within, okay? But I also feel like I can see you guys like with the Fool card, like moving away from everyone or, just taking off and no one hearing from you for a while, or, calling someone out before you leave and then being like, I'm gone. It kind of reminds me of that movie, Jerry Maguire, when one day he just kind of like goes off at work and then he's like, who's coming with me? Such a Fool moment, like such a Knight of Swords moment of like, fuck this job and shove it. Who's coming with me? Like, that type of thing. I love it. We have nest, an emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. Absolutely. Especially with the 4 of Cups. The 4 of Cups represents Moon and Cancer, also Ace of Cups. Okay. And an emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. Yeah. And somebody who is, cheating on a significant other or otherwise married, but trying to get with you or otherwise involved with someone else. And it's like, yeah, that is not, I do want an emotionally secure. It's not just about the money. With this King of Pentacles and abundance, it's the flaunting of the money and all of that. It's like, it's not just about that with you. It's also about emotional security, okay? An emotionally secure, loving family is important to you, okay? And that is something that you've always wanted, I feel, in the sense to feel protected, as well, like, to have a person who, especially growing up, right? When you're growing up, you want that person who's passionate about you, about your life, wants you to succeed and grow, but not just that, but somebody who also like protects you and is there for you, and where you're like feeling emotionally secure in a home environment. And maybe that's something you guys have been fighting for your whole lives. You've been a warrior for that. It's like, yeah, I did grow up around a lot of pigs, a lot of selfish people, and all I want is an emotionally secure home. We have here, the things that you say to yourself matter, be kind, okay? The things that you tell yourself matter, be kind to yourself. All right. And I love that that's coming out under the Ace of Cups in Strength card. because I feel like you guys do say really nice things to other people. And you are, I mean, some people, like with this Knight of Swords, like I feel sometimes you do go off and you do have to cut a person down, especially if they're just pure bullshit and they're coming at you with, bullshit. Hey, I'm all for the truth telling and all of that. But I also feel good people are going to be attracted to you, and good people will like you because they see what a beautiful heart you have, what a strong person you are. And we need to remind yourself of that, I feel, pile number 3, okay? Especially if you've had to be very cutthroat with people recently because of the way they've been acting towards you. Remind yourself, I am a good person. I am a kind person. I am a strong person. And I need to feel safe and emotionally secure in order to open up. And if someone is not reciprocating that with me, then I don't want it, okay? But I also feel some of you here with this warrior energy, it's like I don't want to have to keep fighting for so long, and I don't want to have to keep repeating the same things to the same people over again. And sometimes when the Fool card comes up, it's like we need to flush a lot of situations out of our life. We have Badger and Endurance. Whatever you seek, your tenacity and faith will be paying off. Know that no matter the temporary outer conditions, you will manifest your desires in divine timing and in the form that is best for you. Your tenacity and your faith, okay? And, part of feeling powerful for you guys is also being able to take care of yourselves financially and materially in life. And, and having that endurance and that tenacity to go after what you want and build up the financial security that you need in your life is very important to you and allows you the freedom, okay? The Fool card allows you the freedom that you're looking for in your life, okay? We've got here combined energy, teamwork. It's easier to lift a heavy weight with others than by ourselves. You can apply this to your decision making too. Seek advice from those who are more knowledgeable than you in specific areas, which will help you make better small choices. The more you know, the more options you have, okay? And it may be a problem of trust. It's like I do want to have combined energy and teamwork. I don't just want to be a warrior out here on my own, fighting all my own battles. I do want to have teamwork, okay? And, but this can, if it's not happening through family or romantic relationship, it can happen through friendship where you can run, choices. You can run some things by your friends. You can seek advice from those that have more knowledge in a particular area, okay? But I also feel like a lot of people could want your advice with this Knight of Swords as well, and could want to have teamwork with you or want your advice with you or team up with you, okay? But combined energy and teamwork makes the dream work, pile number 3. And sometimes you may see yourself as that lone warrior who has to do everything on your own, and has walls up, 4 of Cups, and has trouble letting people in and gets defensive sometimes. Knight of Swords, I get it. It can be really hard to trust, okay? But remind yourself, I am a kind person, Ace of Cups. I do want to find love. I am a kind person. I am a strong person, okay? Whatever comes my way, I can handle it, all right? And we have confusions and illusions with Neptune, okay? And, people coming and, trying to sell you things, I think one thing that really pisses you guys off is when forceful, pushy salespeople try to lie to people in order to sell things to them. I feel like you guys may get a really rush of power from discovering that and telling that person off. And I know I'm kind of the same way, pile number 3. If I discover that somebody has been snake oil salesmaning me, or, deliberately being confusing. It can be an amazing time to be like, no, I see what you're doing, Knight of Swords. I'm calling you out. I see what you're doing and I'm not impressed. Okay. So and there could be some confusion around trusting people, teamwork, and things like that. But I think the main thing is that it takes time, patience, okay, endurance, time and patience, all right, in order to have that experience of opening up your heart, okay? We have here healing and inner child. Yeah, and this is with the Ace of Cups and the Strength card. And the things that you say to yourself matter. Be kind. This is an inner child healing. And maybe some of you have been kind of confused about, I know I need to do some healing. I've really had a lot of walls up. I really would like to change some things. I would like to go back to how I felt as a child, like open heart, open energy, okay? And make it a safe environment for me. I would like to have that innocent, fun spirit, Fool card of being youthful and being young and trusting again. But it's really hard because I feel like when I open myself up, I'm immediately confused, okay? Or I'm immediately unsure. And, this is where that warrior energy comes in. And also the Knight of Swords, the energy of discernment, okay? We don't want to be completely paranoid by everyone, but we also do need to be able to make quick decisions and be able to judge situations accurately. And maybe some of you are working on that, and you're working on building that confidence within, okay? Let's see what else we have here. We have music. Music is calming for the soul. Wow. Okay. Well, music is calming for the soul. And some of you may have somebody that wants to date you, talk to you, or be a part of your life who's very into music. Okay, they may have another job, or they may make decent money or work, have multiple jobs or a lot of responsibility. But I also feel like some of you here could be very musically talented and, wanting to meet someone who could help your career further, okay, or has the resources to team up with you and take this element in your life further, okay? And, when we're training for something, even if it's a new skill, music, etc., we have to be like the warrior. We want to be like the warrior, right? We want to study and practice and work hard. But music is also very calming for your soul, okay? And being around people who are musically inclined may be something that you guys really like, because you have a very active mind, and music has a really, and you get riled up, I feel like sometimes easily, pile number 3, but music has a way of kind of chilling you out or calming you down. And I do feel like you guys are wanting to meet someone, whether that's an investor, partner, etc., friend who has their shit together, who has really good advice to give, who wants to help you with some goals that you have, and who isn't going to give up on you either, especially if you have an attitude at first, which is fine, that's okay, all right? But somebody who's gonna stick in there with you, all right, and create a solid foundation with you, and music may be involved in that in some way, okay? And maybe music and inner child healing. Maybe there's certain songs that remind you of when you were a kid and you're like, yeah, I really need to listen to that song again, or I really need to sing that song again, or I loved listening to that song when I was a kid, and it really does open up my heart and make me feel more calm and relaxed. And maybe music does, even just listening to music can have a profound healing effect on the inner child, okay? And sometimes we can get certain intuitive messages from music as well, all right? And I feel like what you guys, it's like, should I team up with this person, or should I do this with this person or not, okay? Here's what I'm gonna say, pile number 3. If you've tried to do something in the past with this person and they have been a greedy pig and they have been overbearing, arrogant, rude, etc., the answer is definitely no, okay? But if you've never dealt with this person before and you're just getting to know them and they seem very sincere and accomplished and they look like they tend to stick with the things that they do, okay, and they're creative, they have creative interests as well, then I say, yeah, go for it, okay? Talk to them, get to know them, find out more about what makes them tick, even if like the initial conversation was a little combative, like maybe give it another try, okay? But if I'm talking about somebody from the past that was rude and arrogant and cheating and stuff like that, no, okay? Pile number 3, no. All right, new beginning, my friends, the Fool card. Wow. And you know, pile number 3, it's interesting because I feel like I was talking more about relationships in your reading, which wasn't true for the other piles. So if you're like, I'm not really here to even talk about a relationship, then, you know, maybe check out some of the other piles too. And I feel like you guys are very independent with the Fool card. You can go do stuff on your own. In fact, you may like solitude with the 4 of Cups and being alone at times. But it is nice to have someone to talk to, Knight of Swords, and like bounce ideas off of, okay? And this is a new romantic cycle is beginning, new moon in Libra, okay? And so that kind of makes me laugh because I'm like, oh, I was kind of talking about romance like this whole reading. And, you know, beginnings can be confusing, all right, when we're getting to know someone. New romantic cycles can be confusing, and we can certainly have our walls up, but it's important to find things that you have in common, talk about the values, the things that are important, music, things like that, okay? But I feel like you guys have an opportunity to begin a new romantic cycle, the Fool card here, to embrace adventure and to be brave like the warrior, okay? And remember that you have a true and noble heart like the warrior. So pile number 3, that is what I am getting for you, my friends. I hope that reading resonated, and I wish you the best. Take care.